You know, there weren't that many companies back in 2001 that just had globs of cash sitting around and were like, hey, you know what we can do with this? We can be one of the biggest console makers in the world. There were even fewer companies where whether or not they succeeded or failed didn't matter. There are so many reasons why Xbox's own worst enemy is the only reason it exists: Microsoft. Yes, it's true. The Xbox has always been a side quest for Microsoft. It didn't really matter if it succeeded or failed. But it's more than that. Let's go back to before the Xbox was even made, back in its roots, when it was just an idea at Microsoft. Back in 2001, Microsoft was a money-printing machine. What was printing their money? Not this, not yet. No, it was just good old Windows. So our good friends at Microsoft, our good friend at Microsoft, Billy Gates, was like, you know, if we want to make more money, why don't we just sell Windows again, a second time? But this time, what we'll do is we'll put it in the living room and attach a controller to it. Genius. Boom. And that was the birth of Xbox. Now, you and I know that's not really what happened. Xbox is not a console that just runs Windows. It has its own software. I mean, it kind of looks like Windows, but it's not Windows. So, what happened? Well, it's quite simple, actually. Windows didn't ship on the Xbox because Windows sucks. Sure, it was acceptable on a PC because PCs were agonizingly slow at this point in time, but that wasn't acceptable for a console. With a console, you could have a game up and running in seconds. Imagine getting a console for Christmas Day, this brand new shiny Xbox console, and you plug it into your TV and you get to see this. It will finish at some point. Patience is a virtue. Ah, yes, there we go. And oh my god, what the hell is this? What is this saying? An illegal operation has been performed? What does this mean, Billy? Are you accusing me of piracy? I will have you know that I bought the live-action 2004 Garfield movie twice. Once when I was in 3rd grade with my birthday money, and the second time when I was an adult. It was like $1 more to buy it rather than rent it. And I thought it was going to be like so bad it's funny, but it was just bad. So in the computer world, this was acceptable, but not for a console. So when our good friends at Microsoft were working on Xbox and got to tell Billy, hey, it's not gonna ship Windows. Sorry, man. What Billy did was he yelled and screamed so hard that people said that they could wipe the spit off of their faces. It was the C-suite's dream to just take this already finished product, put it in something else, and then sell it to people a second time. That is the reoccurring theme and the Microsoft way. Do as little as possible and hope that the money just rolls in. Testing? Overrated! Just make the general public do the beta testing for you. Microsoft never wanted to develop another operating system for Xbox. Another operating system means a whole nother level of effort. Hiring people, paying them, maintaining this thing, making it actually work. I mean, God, this sounds kind of overrated. I don't know if we really want to do this. Well, now we're in 2025 and Billy's dream has come true. Introducing the ROG Xbox Ally. Rolls right off the tongue. Didn't have to say that 100 times. Do you pronounce it ROG or do you say ROG? I don't know. Oh well, who cares? The point is, Microsoft finally has the Xbox be what it always wanted it to be. So now that we've had 20 years of experiences and an idea and an image of what Xbox is, what makes this an Xbox? It has no exclusive games. It can't play any previous Xbox games that were exclusive to Xbox. So other than the name, what makes it Xbox? Well, you now already know that answer. Because this is what Microsoft has always wanted Xbox to be. Your idea of an Xbox, which is hardware made by Microsoft, with a custom operating system that isn't Windows, yikes, that is dead. And now Microsoft's idea of Xbox is alive. So what took so long? Is Windows just amazing now? Is that what it is? I mean, it's not yelling at me about illegal operations anymore, so I guess that's an improvement, right? Right? I don't think it's that. Let's go back in time to unravel this answer a bit more. When the Xbox did release, on paper and in person, it did have some notable differences that made it stand out from the other consoles that were out at the time. What could have made Xbox fail very easily is if it suffered from the Me Too syndrome. Microsoft coming in and being like, hey guys, I made my own console too. It seemed like you guys were making one, and I wanted to make one, and it's called Xbox. Yeah! What helped Xbox not suffer that fate was, well, its games. Or, I mean, really, one game. Yes, its exclusive games, Halo, exclusive game, is what carried the Xbox through its first generation and its second generation. Even though the Xbox 360's hardware was a complete pile of garbage, it still did pretty well. The games that you could play on it made it worthwhile. So instead of just staring at this console and being like, this piece of hardware sucks, you instead looked at it and said, oh, this is the thing I use to play some games that are pretty darn good. But Microsoft just couldn't help themselves. To say that Microsoft dropped the ball for E3 2013 is an understatement. They absolutely got steamrolled in this presentation. I will never forget it. I saw it live and it was just a disaster. When Microsoft finally dropped the ball with E3 in 2013, they just never came back from that. Everything that they've done since then has just seemed to be so half-hearted. At this point, E3 2013 was over 10 years ago, and it's been 2 console generations since then. To throw more salt in the wound, since 2013, it has become increasingly more expensive to make games. But it's also not even the most profitable kind of game anymore. The real money isn't in PC or console games anymore, it's in Candy Crush. So now you don't have to constantly make all these nice high quality downloadable content and add-ons and things that take tons of developers and time and money, and you don't even know if you're really going to get anything out of it or if it's going to be profitable. No, now all you have to do is put together a game that's easy to pick up, easy to put down, and begs you every second to spend your real hard-earned money from your 9-to-5 job on Robux so that you can wear a t-shirt with a cat in a fire truck. This is why it took Microsoft this long to reach the point of the ROG Xbox Ally. God, that's a mouthful. At first, Xbox seemed like it was doing pretty well. And then it wasn't doing well. And then console games weren't as profitable. Why try harder? You don't have to buy a console to play a mobile game because pretty much everyone already has a phone. This is Microsoft's dream, right? Isn't it? Mobile games, where you don't have to put in much effort and you just wait for the money to roll. There is no reason to think that any of this is going to change. There are already rumors that the next Xbox is going to be a console that will play all your previous Xbox games and your Steam library. Sounds a lot like, I don't know, a PC running Windows that probably has some emulators on it. Doesn't it? Phil Spencer insists that Xbox having exclusive games is not going to be their strategy. It's not how they can make the most amount of money. His exact quote is, "To keep games off of other platforms, we don't think that's the path. That's not the path for us. It doesn't work for us." Well, Phil, I hate to break it to you, but probably the biggest reason that people aren't buying Xboxes is because they have basically no exclusive games. And it has nothing to do with digital libraries. I keep hearing Microsoft talk about digital libraries and how losing the Xbox One generation was the worst generation to lose because now people have this digital library built up with either Microsoft or Sony, and now they're not going to let go of that. But it doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because when you buy a new console, say you buy a PS4 and you had an Xbox 360, which I had digital games for, you don't have to get rid of your Xbox 360. You can keep it. You can keep it as long as you want. You don't have to get rid of your previous console. Yes, a lot of people do, or they don't keep it forever, but just because you had a console with a virtual library doesn't mean that when you buy a new console, that virtual library and the other console just disappears. You can keep this console for as long as you want. I mean, digital libraries being accessible forever, that's a whole other story, but you can keep this one, and you can buy this one. You can have both. It's not hard. I do it. I have a virtual Nintendo library, a virtual Steam library, Xbox, PC, whatever. You don't have to get rid of these things. It's a stupid argument. If you want to keep playing games from a previous generation, you can just keep your old console. Yes, backwards compatibility is a nice thing, but all you have to do to solve that problem is just not get rid of the thing that was playing the games that you liked in the first place. Exclusive games has always been Nintendo's strategy. It always has. That's their whole business, and they do great at it. Look at their sales. It's also what Sony does, and it's what made the PS4 so good. It's not like it was an incredible piece of hardware or that you could play PC games on it. People liked it because they could buy games they liked on it. And they didn't flop at E3 in 2013. If I could have bought Breath of the Wild on Steam, I would have done it. I had two options when I wanted to buy Breath of the Wild. I could have either bought it on a Nintendo Switch or a Wii U. I went with a Nintendo Switch. I hope I don't have to explain why. So, if exclusive games isn't what Xbox's new strategy is, then you might be wondering, what is Xbox's new strategy? You already know. Do as little as possible and wait for the cash to flow. This situation sucks. This isn't good. I don't like this. Xbox, for me, it wasn't just a thing that provided entertainment for me when I was lonely. It brought together my friends and my family, and we made all these memories, just doing stupid stuff, whether it was in Halo and custom games or Viva Pinata, for God's sake. I mean, it was more than just a console. The impression that I have gotten through all of this and what Microsoft has done is not that they will kill off Xbox. I don't think that this is the end of Xbox. I mean, they have an Xbox on their Wikipedia page. It is still big. But what you and I know as an Xbox is effectively dead. And what Microsoft considers to be an Xbox, and what they always wanted to have be an Xbox, well, that's just getting started. I'm James, not Liam. Introducing the Xbox... Oh, God. Introducing the ROG Ally... No. Introducing the ROG Ally. What is this thing?